Beyond the battlefield, the Vikings as explorers, Vikings, warriors, raiders, these words often come to mind, but Vikings were more. They were skilled explorers. They sailed uncharted seas. They sought new lands. They weren't afraid of the unknown. They embraced it. Vikings ventured far from their homelands. They discovered new places. They made their mark on the world. Their stories are tales of courage. They speak of resilience. They inspire us to this day. Let us explore the world of the Vikings. Let us see them not just as warriors, but as explorers. Driven by fate and fortune, why Vikings ventured out. The Viking Age was a time of expansion. Vikings left Scandinavia. They sought new opportunities. What drove them? Overpopulation played a role. The Viking homelands were teeming with people, and resources were stretched thin. Land was scarce in Scandinavia. The rugged terrain made farming difficult, and the harsh climate added to the challenges. With limited arable land, many Vikings found it hard to sustain their families. Vikings sought new places to settle. They ventured out in search of fertile lands where they could establish new homes and communities. The promise of rich, tillable soil was a powerful lure. They dreamed of fertile farmland. The idea of abundant harvests and prosperous farms drove many to take the risk of leaving their homeland. They wanted to provide for their families. Ensuring the well-being of their loved ones was a strong motivator. But it wasn't just about survival. Trade was another motivator. Vikings were skilled craftsmen and traders. They produced high-quality goods that were in demand far beyond their borders. They sought new markets for their goods. Establishing trade routes and connections with distant lands allowed them to exchange their wares for exotic items and wealth. They brought back exotic treasures from distant lands. These items not only enriched their lives, but also elevated their status within their communities. And then there was the call of adventure. The Vikings had an insatiable curiosity and a desire to explore the unknown. The thrill of discovering new territories was a powerful draw. The Vikings had a thirst for the unknown. They were driven by a sense of wonder and the promise of new experiences. Each voyage was a chance to uncover new lands and cultures. They sought glory and fame. Success in battle and exploration brought honor and recognition. The stories of their exploits would be told for generations. They wanted to test their skills against the elements. The harsh conditions of the open sea and unknown lands were challenges they were eager to face. The Vikings were truly driven by fate and fortune. Charting the unknown, Iceland, Greenland, and the shores of Vinland. These lands, shrouded in mystery and legend, were once the frontiers of Viking exploration. The Vikings were skilled navigators. Their longships, designed for speed and agility, allowed them to traverse vast and treacherous waters. They used the stars and the sun to guide them. With their keen understanding of celestial navigation, they could find their way even in the most challenging conditions. They sailed to Iceland in the 8th century. This volcanic island, with its dramatic landscapes, became a new home for these intrepid explorers. It was a land of ice and fire. The stark contrasts of glaciers and hot springs created a unique environment that the Vikings adapted to with remarkable resilience. But Vikings established settlements there. They built communities, farmed the land, and thrived in this harsh yet beautiful landscape. In the 10th century, Eric the Red sailed west. He reached Greenland, a land even more formidable than Iceland. It was a harsh and unforgiving land. The icy terrain and severe weather tested the limits of Viking endurance and ingenuity. But Vikings lived there for centuries. They built settlements, hunted and traded, leaving behind a legacy that endures to this day. Around the year 1000, Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, sailed even further west. His journey would lead to one of the most significant discoveries of the Viking Age. He reached a land he called Vinland. This new territory, rich with resources, offered new opportunities and challenges for the Viking explorers. This was probably the coast of North America. The evidence suggests that the Vikings were among the first Europeans to set foot on this continent. Vikings were the first Europeans to set foot there. Their voyages across the Atlantic opened new chapters in the history of exploration and left an indelible mark on the world. Section 4. Masters of the waves, ships, and skills of Viking seafarers. The Vikings were master shipbuilders, renowned for their exceptional craftsmanship and innovative designs. Their shipbuilding techniques were passed down through generations, ensuring that each vessel was a testament to their skill and ingenuity. Their longships were marvels of engineering, designed to be both sturdy and flexible. These ships could withstand the harshest of seas while maintaining their speed and agility. They were fast, maneuverable, and seaworthy. The ships were shallow-drafted, allowing them to navigate not just the open ocean but also the narrowest of rivers and coastal waters. This unique feature enabled the Vikings to launch surprise raids and explore new territories with ease. Their ability to navigate rivers and coastal waters gave them a strategic advantage over their enemies. The Vikings used both sails and oars to power their ships, making them versatile in various weather conditions. When the wind was favorable, they would hoist their sails, and when it was not, they could rely on their own strength to row. They could sail in shallow waters, which was crucial for their exploratory missions and raids. This capability allowed them to reach places that other seafarers could not. They could also cross vast distances, venturing far from their homeland to trade, raid, and explore. Their ships were built to endure long voyages across the open sea. They navigated by the stars, using the night sky as their map. This celestial navigation was a skill honed over years of experience and passed down through generations. They used the sun and the waves to guide them, employing tools like the sun compass to determine their direction during the day. The interplay of sunlight and ocean waves was crucial for their navigation. Vikings also had a deep understanding of the sea, its moods, and its patterns. They could read the water and the sky, predicting changes in weather and sea conditions. They knew the currents and the winds, which allowed them to plan their voyages with precision. This knowledge was essential for their survival and success on the high seas. They could predict the weather, a skill that was vital for avoiding storms and ensuring safe passage. Their ability to foresee weather changes made them formidable seafarers. These skills were essential for their long voyages, enabling them to explore, trade, and conquer new lands. The Vikings' mastery of the seas was a key factor in their success and enduring legacy. Section 5. A legacy etched in exploration, the Vikings' impact on the world. Viking explorations had a lasting and profound impact. They expanded the known world significantly. They established new trade routes. They connected different cultures and societies. The Vikings' voyages to Iceland, Greenland, and Vinland paved the way for future exploration. Their settlements in these lands left an enduring legacy. We can still see traces of their presence today. Their skills in shipbuilding and navigation influenced later generations of explorers. Their spirit of adventure continues to inspire us all. Section 6. The enduring spirit, Viking exploration as inspiration. The Vikings were more than just warriors. They were explorers, pioneers, and adventurers. Their voyages were daring feats of seamanship and courage. They faced the unknown with bravery and determination. Their stories remind us that anything is possible with courage and perseverance. They inspire us to push the boundaries of human achievement. They encourage us to embrace the unknown. The Viking spirit of exploration lives on today. We see it in the astronauts who venture into space. We see it in the scientists who explore the depths of the ocean. Section 7. Conclusion, Echoes of Exploration. The Vikings' legacy is one of exploration, discovery, and adventure. They ventured into the unknown, pushed the boundaries of their world, and left their mark on history. Their stories continue to inspire us today, reminding us of the power of human courage, curiosity, and the enduring spirit of exploration. Their voyages were not just about conquest. They were about pushing the limits of human potential. They remind us that there is still much to explore and discover in our world. Let us embrace the spirit of the Vikings and continue to explore our world with courage, curiosity, and a thirst for adventure.